Hello everyone, welcome to yet another video of daily market analysis from Alpha CQ. So what we are seeing on screen is a Nifty daily chart. Today you can see that there was a nice downward move in Nifty for throughout the day. So in our previous video we explained that this swing high was very important and buyers getting exhausted there again and again is not good sign for buyers from this zone. So exactly that is what has played out today. We saw some nice downward move playing out. So yeah, that was from the day development. But one important observation what we need to make here is we are again coming back to the low of this consolidation, which we had discussed multiple times in our previous videos. You can see that Bank Nifty is actually stuck between a range of 18,300 to 17,800. Now it is for the fifth time, like 1, 2, 3, 4 and fifth or sixth time we are visiting this consolidation low. So what I believe is that if we are coming back to the references again and again without making any rejection or progress to opposite side, I think the strength of that particular reference will come down. So yeah, that is one concerning point which we need to observe on Nifty here. If at all, if we start accepting below this, then we might see much lower prices coming in future days. So yeah, just be cautious with your long positions. I think before budget we might even explore some lower prices towards 17,600 and 17,500 zones, at least on this time frame. So that was from the daily chart. So now let's get into the profile chart and see what we tried doing today. So yeah, you can see that today was a nice downward day. There was confidence from sellers from initial part of the day itself. We took out the low of last two trading sessions. And we, in our previous video, we discussed that this zone is very important. If at all we start accepting below that zone, we might go lower testing towards this lows. That is what has played out. So in our previous video, we discussed that this was the zone which was very important for buyers to defend or take scale higher. So that did not happen today. We straight away started trading lower today. So yeah, that is what happened. So now again you can see that we have approached the low of that consolidation which we discussed on the daily chart. So right now we are forming kind of B-shaped profile, like this is the profile. That means there was initial selling in the initial part of the day, then later there was some sideways move happening. So what might be happening here is, so there will be some demand coming in looking at this visual reference, which is the low of the consolidation. So since this sideways move is happening here, what we can understand here is this demand might be getting absorbed from sellers from the top. So that is the reason we are seeing some sideways move here. Once this demand is trapped here, then we can see much more lower prices. So right now the development is not looking good for long trades. Yeah, I think we need to wait for acceptance below 17,800 for much lower prices to explore. Just be cautious around 17,800 zones, and if at all we start accept below that, then I think we might get good opportunity to go short for next week trades. So that was from the profile chart. Now let's get into the daily chart of Bank Nifty. Give me a minute. Yes. So again, today's development is much aggressive in Bank Nifty actually. The fall was very aggressive in Bank Nifty. We have almost covered like 42,700 to 41,600 zones, like almost 1,000 points downside move is seen. So in our previous video, we discussed that this development is not looking good for buyers. We also discussed why it is not good for buyers. Let me repeat that. So see, the kind of development what we made here is creating some doubts in minds of these buyers. If at all these buyers were strong, they should have scaled higher prices immediately, taking out once they have started taking out this consolidation. But that did not happen. So again, we started coming back to the consolidation. So that actually created doubts in minds of these buyers who were active here. So they got I think they were not confident on longs anymore. So their profit booking or their coming out of their longs would have been fueled this down move actually. So that is the reason we can see there was very quick movement to downside. So yeah, that is what developed. But now again, one important development what is happening here is we have come back to the low of this bigger consolidation, which was around 43 43,800 to 41,500 zones. So we have come back here now. It is third time. So again, what we discussed on Nifty, same thing will hold good for Bank Nifty as well. We have been testing this zones for the third time now. How strong can this reference play out is the big question. So any acceptance below this can make way for much lower prices from here. So towards this HVN. Somewhere around 40,500 odd levels. So just be cautious with your long positions. Don't rush to create longs looking at this strong downside move, expecting some retracement to upside. Let's wait for market to decide the direction and then let's take the position. So that was from the daily chart. Now let's get into the profile chart of Bank Nifty. So you can see that there were sellers were aggressive from the initial part of day itself. Again, we are closing around the lows of the day. But again, this zone 40, which we have already marked like 41,500. Let's see what is that reference actually. Yeah, if you look back and see, this is the reference which we spoke on daily chart as well. So that is the low of the consolidation, like bigger consolidation. So again, what discussed on Nifty, again, the same thing is happening here. We are seeing kind of V-shaped profile, which indicates that references like this, visual references can bring in some demand which is already getting absorbed by sellers actually. So if that is the case, then we should see some lower prices immediately in next trading session, which is on Friday. So if at all we start accepting below this 41,500, then I think we are open for a test towards 41,500, 40,500 to 4,600 zones. So yeah, that is from the profile chart. I don't think there is no point discussing about zones which we can allow to go as long, because looking at this trend, it is very clear that the auction is under control of sellers. So I think it will be wise to stay on the short positions, at least for time being, till there is development which will indicate some strength from buyer's end. So that was from the daily market analysis. Hope this discussion will help you out in making trading decisions for next session. Thank you.